officially welcoming everyone. So now I'm giving everybody 30 seconds to move around and find people who have the same commands that you have with you. So what word were you trying to describe? What you were doing? How many of us was to capture the flag?
So I want you to all put your hands together for yourself, whether or not you call the flag. We are ready to celebrate our champion now. Let's give it up for Odunola, who in record time caught all of the flags.
I am knowledgeable, resilient, and excellent. I am a fountain of value and an ardent problem solver. I am a voracious learner, so nothing is too difficult for me to master. I am a doer with a genius intellect. I am a cyberman! Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? Long live Cybersecurity Foundation! Long live Cybersecurity!
Welcome everyone. Hello. I'm so excited to have you all here. I've been seeing the countdown. I was like, I'm also feeling the energy. I'm excited. And I was also counting down with you all. I'm so happy to be here. Especially seeing what the last session was like and how everyone learned a lot. I'm looking forward to having an even better session this time. So really quickly, can you just tell me in the comment section which country you're joining us from? And for those of us who are joining us from outside of Cybergirls is Africa's biggest fully focused, female-focused training and mentorship program in terms of cybersecurity for women on the continent. So it's Africa's biggest female-focused cybersecurity training and mentorship program for women. And we are having this masterclass, or we designed this masterclass for our fellows to be able to have and grow LinkedIn visibility skills as they go along in the training. But we then thought about it that it would be fair to just open this up to the public, and that's why we're streaming this openly for everyone joining us. So yes, you're welcome to our community virtually, and we hope that you learn a lot from this session. I see you, Kene from Uganda, always popping with life. I see Cynthia Ginika from Nigeria. I see Nelly from Namibia. I see Osahon from Nigeria. I see Sarah from Kenya. I see Fiona from Kenya as well. Yay! I see all my Kenya ladies. Very soon I'll be in Kenya. I've bought my tickets. I booked the accommodation. You know, the only thing that is left for now is for me to apply for your visa. So please pray that your guys give me the visa. Same thing. Yeah, so I'm coming to Kenya, Karibu, Kenya very soon. And then for the ladies in Nigeria, I can't wait to see you. If you can, please come to Lagos, even if you're not in Lagos. Come to Lagos. Let's have a party together. I see you. Saho. I see you also. Who else? Yeah, a lot of people. Jessica from Ghana. Yay. Puna from Lesotho. I see you. I can't wait to be in Lesotho someday. I hear that, you know, Lesotho is one whole country that is on, 1,000 feet above sea level. That is amazing. I'm sure Lesotho is so beautiful, and I can't wait to come there someday. Yeah. Oh, someone is asking my own connections on the visa, please. Okay, so Tanzania, yes, I can't wait to come to Tanzania someday. Zimbabwe, Uganda, very soon I will come to Uganda. There'll be a perfect excuse to come to Uganda. I really wanted to come this time, but we're limited. We're limited resources. If it was 5 countries, Uganda would definitely be on that list. Joylene, I had Joycelyn Boteng in Ghana. I had a nice time when I was in Ghana last year. Last year, the Cyber Girls program started off in Ghana, in Accra. So I had a really nice time. I had Banku. I had Ghanaian jollof rice. But don't ask me which one is better, whether it's Ghanaian jollof rice or Nigerian jollof rice. Oh, Eswatini. I see Millennium Matse from Eswatini. I see Josie from South Africa. Yeah, Josie, very soon. I mean, all things being equal, with my visa granted, I will be in Joburg soon. So make sure you're in Joburg. I have already bought my ticket from DC because I'll be flying in from America. So I already have a ticket and I already have an accommodation as well. So please make your way. If you're in Zimbabwe, you're in Botswana, you're any of those countries close to South Africa, in the SADC area, please make sure you come to Joburg if you can afford it. So hello, but Kele Bonam. Sorry, I'm going to try and pronounce your name well. Kele Bemang from Botswana. I see you as well. Please, let's not stop Jollof War here. I see you, Amanda from Zimbabwe. I see Emmanuel from Badagry in Lagos. I see Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I see you, but please let's not start Jollof War. Okay, great. So let's get started. I just had that chat so that we can at least have more people in the room, or rather in the live stream, before we start. So now that we've had the chit chat out of the way, let's get started and cracking. This session, I'm hoping to answer way more questions than I did in the previous session. There's also a young lady I said I wanted to do a live review with her LinkedIn. If you are that person, please drop your name. I'll just say your name. Say it's me first, and then I would confirm whether it's you, because I sort of remember your name loosely. So if you're the person, then just say it like that. Jeudida, I see you very soon. I mean, Benin is very close to Nigeria. In fact, it's literally a road trip away. So let's see how things go. So I was saying that to say, if you're that young lady who I said, I would like to do a live review with your account, live like LinkedIn review with an account, please just say it's me in the comment section. I would see it. If I don't see it, the admin team behind this fantastic live stream is going to see that. I'm going to spotlight your name, and then I'm going to ask you to drop your LinkedIn URL in the comment so that we can use it. Okay, so Teresa Johnny is saying if that person doesn't come up. So yeah, Teresa, if that person doesn't come up in 5 to 10 minutes, have your stuff ready and you can post it in 5 to 10 minutes. Admin team, once you see Teresa post her LinkedIn URL, please email it to me immediately if we don't have the other person coming. Okay, great. So I was saying that we're just going to go right into it and begin to crack LinkedIn visibility. Please keep your questions. We are going to answer a lot of questions today. I'm trying not to have my slides long today so that we can really crack in and get even more practical than we did last time. So I wanted to start off because, I mean, some of the key things that we said is that, LinkedIn, if used properly, can attract recruiters, right? But what are the ways to get that done? In like a nutshell, it's sort of like a summary of everything I'm going to say later on. I sort of like created 3 bullet points. Okay, I think there's a typo in my slides. I created 3 bullet points that will sort of like provide an overall, kind of view of what should be done to make your LinkedIn begin to attract recruiters. The first thing is you have to create an active social or professional networking presence as your portfolio. Like a lot of times we think about things and we only think, okay, to prepare for a job, you need a CV or a resume, as the case may be. And then you also need, to have a cover letter possibly, and then you're good to go. Ladies, can I shock you? Guys, can I shock you? As part of that, you should have a portfolio. And for cybersecurity professionals, one of those portfolios, or one of those tools you can use as a portfolio, aside a Git, like having having a GitHub account, is you should also have a very active social or professional networking presence. That would be something that someone can go to that place from your resume, and you should put it in your resume. And then from there, someone can then go and click on it and then, see your portfolio. So remember that your LinkedIn can be your professional networking portfolio. That would be something that you connect, to be able to showcase your skills. So please, remember this and act accordingly, because the rest of the things I'm going to say in the next 5 slides following this one is just about just blowing that up. All the things you said about comments, posting is also in line with this. So think about your LinkedIn profile as a portfolio. When somebody asks you, say, I want to have a look at your portfolio. I mean, people that are graphic artists here can relate to what I'm saying. If you're a graphic artist, then you have to have a portfolio of work that can show somebody what you've done before, what skills you have, practically speaking, what you're capable of from what you have done. Okay, so it's very, very important that you have that portfolio. Another key thing is you then use your portfolio to showcase your practical experience, abilities, and skills. So don't forget, while LinkedIn is to share your knowledge and network with people, a key, I won't say caveat, not a caveat, a key qualification of what should be shared and what will make you really stand out is practical experience or practical knowledge or practical abilities or practical skills. So when you say you have a skill, key thing to do is find a way to express it in a practical term. Now, what do I mean by that? Although you don't have a job yet, right? You don't have a job. Begin to think about, if you had a job, create scenarios. If you had a job, how would you apply your skills around, say, if you're a GRC person, how are you going to apply your skills around, say, policy formulation, compliance, or driving policies, from top down or whatever? How are you going to apply that in a work environment and begin to create content that showcases that? Because what that tells an employer is that you are ready to hit the ground running. I'm going to take that again. When you show practical experience or when you show practical application of your knowledge, what that tells a recruiter is that you're ready to hit the ground running. Because if you imagine what the workplace is going to look like and how your skills will be applied to companies that you're interested in, and then you are going to be able to do what? You're going to be able to showcase that particular skill set to that particular industry of interest or those industries of interest and be able to catch the eyes of recruiters because they think from what they've seen or their assessment of you is that you're ready to hit the ground running. Another key point I made here is connect with and be part of groups where professionals in your industry, in your country are in. So the word "and" is what is, there's an N missing in the word "and." Between with and be, please pardon me. When I'm sharing the slides with you ladies back end, I'm going to correct that. Right. So why I'm saying this is that a lot of you sort of like move away from your countries. You feel like there's nothing happening in your countries cybersecurity wise, but I don't think that's correct. In all of your countries, there's definitely cybersecurity professionals that exist. They have bodies. They have associations. Some of you that are going to be choosing the governance, risk, and compliance track, we have a partnership with ISACA. ISACA is one of the biggest global certification bodies in the world around GRC, right? In cybersecurity, generally speaking. So we have a partnership with them that's going to give you student membership to the professional body. Now, when you get that, begin to network with professionals in ISACA that are in Lesotho. Begin to network with professionals that are in ISACA that are in Nigeria. Begin to network with ISACA professionals in that association that are in Kenya, that are in Zimbabwe, that are in South Africa. So because what happens with that is, like I said to you last time, a lot of cybersecurity openings are never advertised. So it's in those associations, those bodies, those groups, and some of those groups are not necessarily associations. They're just groups on LinkedIn, for example, right? While some are proper associations. Is there a YCC in your region? Join that. Is there those kind of cybersecurity associations in your communities? Begin to join them, because what that will do for you is that those jobs are not advertised because they know Kene, is amazing at this. They would one day random someone will say, I need a person I need somebody for my SOC. Your name is going to come up, right? So it's very important that you find and connect with groups. When I mean groups, not just offline groups, but also online groups where professionals in industry in your country or in your region are in. So two key things, because that means that you begin to get localized opportunities, and that can be a very good starting point before we begin to have global opportunities, okay? Now, the big question, how can I convert my LinkedIn profile to a recruiter magnet? Somebody was saying they're the one that I said, was it Aniebets? Let me check Aniebet's name on Slack. I know what the person looks like. She wears glasses. If you don't wear glasses, you're not the person. No, it's not Aniebet. This person wears glasses. And this person is always posting on LinkedIn. So if we don't get that person coming in, please, really, we're just going to have the other lady we spoke about really just come in and use her account. So a first key thing that you can do to really make your LinkedIn profile a magnet for recruiters is one, you want to really think about, keywords and how you can insert them in your LinkedIn page, so that in such a way that when those keywords are searched in LinkedIn search, your page can come up. So begin to think about how you can search engine optimize your LinkedIn and make the most of the LinkedIn search engine optimization. Okay, so first things first is that you should make sure that your profile has keywords that employers. Olusheyi, I think that's a familiar name. I think that is person. Let me just check. Oluwaseyi Fadoju. That's the girl. Yes, Oluwaseyi Fadoju. She wrote a full thing on Slack, on the Cyber Girls channel, pitching to me to use her account. So if she's here, if she is here, please just quickly drop your LinkedIn. Oluwaseyi Fadoju. Oluwaseyi Fadoju. Okay, yeah, I've seen her now. Sheyi, post your LinkedIn URL very quickly so we can use your account. Great. So I was saying something about the fact that you should make sure your profile has keywords that employers are likely to put in the search box. What are the keywords that you think people that are looking for your skill set to be imputing in the search box? You should put that in everywhere, in fact, multiple times around your profile. So find 2 or 3 words that recruiters might use to look for people to hire in your area. And I gave you a very major tip last time. I mentioned that you should look out for, roles or job opportunities that you could apply for, job opportunities that are matching, the kind of role that you look to have in the immediate term. I don't mean long term, or I don't mean future. I mean, for example, you cannot be, give me a second. You cannot be a tier 1 analyst now. I'm beginning to think about, I want a full-on incident responder engineer role. That will be too advanced for you. So look for a job opening that has been advertised, and you can do that from a Google search or even search on LinkedIn. Good, actually search on LinkedIn, because what that does for you, it begins to show you keywords or skills that particular role will need that you don't yet have added to your profile. Please, I'm going to say this again. Search for that role on LinkedIn. You begin to see the things that you can improve. You can use keywords from that job opening to begin to improve your LinkedIn. So from that job opening, you can pick up 2 to 3 keywords that most likely were repeated in that resume, or you think are really strong keywords, and then use them in different areas of your LinkedIn profile. Please give me a second. So put these keywords in your job titles. Put these keywords if you can. For example, put this keyword in your job descriptions. If you've had proud cybersecurity experience, which a lot of you don't have, so this doesn't apply to you, put it in your skills. Yes, for all of you, it's going to apply to you, your skills. Your school background, for example, some of you should, or rather all of you should be listing Cyber Safe Foundation or Cyber Girls as part of your educational background. Put this background in, put these keywords in that background or anywhere else you think it's going to fit. And let's run. We have a lot to cover. Recommendations. I don't want to dwell much here, but like I said earlier, for those of you that are in Cyber Girls, your recommendations should be easy to work. They should be easy to do. If you have contributed in class and your facilitator knows you, like some of you come to live session and you are mute, you know, you don't say anything, you don't ask any question. Everybody asks question is doing ITK. You're the one that is a good person. You don't realize that by the time you ask good questions, because you genuinely need an answer to it, not only will you get better understanding, but you also build sort of like you'll be recognized by your facilitator. For example, I know Kene's name. I don't teach in Cyber Girls. I don't teach at all, but I see Kene a lot on the Slack channel, so I can recognize her name. Okay, so Kene is also very active on this live stream, and I keep seeing. In fact, I just mentioned her name and she's just posted something. So I can immediately see that Kene Angel is a cyber girl, right? If Kene Angel now writes me on LinkedIn and says, "Oh, I want a recommendation," you know, what happens is that I would easily be able to give her a recommendation because I can recognize her. I can definitely say, oh, I remember her, you know, sounding this. I can give her a genuine recommendation that is good for her, or an endorsement of her skills that is good for her. So that is your facilitators. For your own for your fellows, the people in your peer learning group, the people in your when I mean your peer learning group, the whole group that is maybe big, like maybe like 100 plus people in that peer learning group, to the people that maybe like in your small project group, maybe like 5 people or 10. I don't know how many people were in this cohort. Again, I'm not in operations whatsoever. I sit in strategy, as it has to do with Cyber Safe Foundation. So let's say your group was say 10 people, right? Those people that you worked with in that group for that project, ask them for their recommendations and for their endorsement. You too give them recommendations and endorsements. That way you boost each other's profiles, you know. So it's important that you do this because to make your page better. And for cyber girls, like I said, there's a cheat because you've already started working on projects. So list those projects, get those your friends to recommend you, get them to endorse your skills, and you're good to go. If of course in this case your facilitator was your supervisor, so you can ask them for recommendations as well. Please give me a second. I'm having a problem with my nose. Okay. People are funny. I'm reading the comments now, laughing. Anyway, let's go on to the next. Let's go on to the next one. Connections. Please connect to people. Like I gave people a tip last time. Begin to connect. Begin to connect with a lot of people, decision makers. Like I told people, vertical networking and horizontal networking, they're all very important. Okay, so you know, network across board. Make sure you're connecting with people that are relevant to your growth throughout, you know, throughout your time in Cyber Safe Foundation and past this as well. I still do not understand. Stephanie is saying, I still do not understand how recommendations things work. I thought it was always superior that can give you recommendation. No, it's not just superiors. Your peers. Remember, I said something about horizontal and vertical networking. Generally speaking, it's not just people that are higher than you that you should know. You should also know your peers. And your peers can have things to say that affect you. So remember that even your peers can give you recommendations and they matter as well. Okay, so not just people that are higher than you. Just if you just wanted to mention that. Adepeju said it's so hard for me to socialize. I understand you. I sort of like get a lot of that from people that are introverts. What I would say to you is begin to remember what your why is, why you're networking with them. We need to remember that the fact that you're socializing with them is for their benefit and for your benefit as well. And try to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Give me a second. Try to push yourself out of your comfort zone to just meet people online. I think online also really helps because you know, many times you don't need to see people, don't need to necessarily see your face on video or anything like that. You can just, you know, begin to try and send messages, you know, see how easily relate to, and then grow your confidence from there. But social skills are need social skills even when you go to the workplace. If, for example, you're trying to drive change in your organization in terms of compliance and everything, you will need to get your co-workers, need to get your colleagues to get on board with you. So social skills are very important, and you have to and you have to really, really drive with, grow it. Please, Aniebet is saying something here. Aniebet, can you tell us in more measurable context how the masterclass has changed your LinkedIn followers and Twitter? Please, I really want to hear more about that. So maybe I'm going to speak more about this introvert side, because I see also Mate is saying the exact same thing. So it's a thing, but you need to push yourself as well. And I find that for a lot of introverts that I have sort of worked closely with, it's easier for them to do these things without showing, like, for example, without doing video, which doesn't show them. You're behind a keyboard. You can sort of like look at how you can provide value to other people and begin to network from that perspective. So let's go on to the next slide. Your profile photo, please. Let's not even drag this one. I think we've already finished. We've already finished everything that has to do with profile photo. That please, no selfies, professional pictures. Like, ladies, when you see my picture on LinkedIn, my profile picture on LinkedIn, don't you want to know me? Don't you want to associate with me? Let's be honest. There's a reason why I do that. In fact, for me, I even invest so much on it because, again, I'm a global speaker as well. I have a tradition that I started 3 years ago. I have a new profile. Is it 3 or 4 years ago? 4 years ago. I have a new profile photo for every year. So every year on the 1st of January, I change my profile photo, and it's another stunning picture of me that commands authority. It's because I want to build that perception in your minds that I'm an authority figure. But again, that also should come with visuals. So please, of course, you're just starting in your career. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to command authority, but looking professional is very, very, very attractive for recruiters as well. So, someone said my picture keeps calling up to my page. Joy Hillary, thank you so much. Please keep your questions like Bethel. I see you saying something about writing skills sucking. Please keep your questions like that. Please really keep them so that we can really, really delve into that, and I can give you very practical feedback on that. Now, experiences. So the most important part recruiters see from a candidate is, of course, your working experiences and accomplishments in your previous companies, organizations you've worked with. So if you worked anywhere, you volunteered anywhere, it's great for your profile to really show that. But your employment history isn't just about talking about your the job description that you had, or your job experiences. What you have to really focus on is making sure that you write when you finish writing the job title you had, the rest that should follow, it should be well-written accomplishments and maybe list of projects that you have done effectively. So you have to write your accomplishments and in a way that is really, really saying, I have achieved this for company A. If you recruiter looking at my page, want to see this kind of results, related to cybersecurity organization, then you should be talking to me. So that's a key thing to remember, that when you are writing you're writing about your experiences in your experience section of your LinkedIn, focus on highlighting your accomplishments in that role. Quantify it in numbers, quantify it in things, performance metrics that people can tie. Even if it was, of course, not in a role connected to cybersecurity whatsoever, but it does matter. So, for example, if you're coming from a sales background, you can say something along the lines of, that you achieved, you consistently achieved 150% of your sales targets per year. By saying that, what you're saying to that recruiter is you're an overachiever. Okay, you can also even add Jara on top of that. If, for example, achieving that goal made your company stand out, you can say, and that improved the organization's profitability and bottom line, and grew revenue by 28%. That sort of thing. So you see, I'm saying there are things that are very measurable and somebody can really, really, relate to them. If you've never worked before, that's fine. But if you've worked, please put these things there. So I emphasize on key accomplishments, projects, and responsibilities, and where you can relate them to cybersecurity. Make sure that you use bullet points to make it easily scannable. And this is something I also wanted to tell a lot of you. I saw a lot of the posts that you put out, after our session last time. A lot of you just mumble text together. If you go to any of my posts I put on LinkedIn, you'll find that I always make my post into little paragraphs and then put space and then go to the next one. Put space, small space, and get to the next one. What that helps anybody looking at your post, is it allows people to scan through your post and makes it easy on the eye to read. So when you're taking some of the things you are learning here and putting them into practice, remember that people the way you format your LinkedIn post is also very important. I saw a lot of you using bullet points to just put out the key point. That was fantastic. I think there are some people that even commented on their post saying something about that. So if you're creating a lot of points, it's good to just put bullet points. Some people use tick as bullet points and all of this kind of thing. So using bullet points is very helpful. Give me a second. Now, skills. Employers also look at your approved skills to see if you have what it takes to be a new hire. So look at the job titles and all of the experience you see, but the kind of skills that you have. List your core cybersecurity skills very prominently. Again, another key tip I'm giving you is go and look for job openings. Go and look for job applications that are currently calling for right now for candidates, and that actually are your target roles when you finish on the program. Go and visit them on LinkedIn and on the internet. Take keywords from there, take skills that are written there, and go and put them on your LinkedIn, on your skills section. So again, another key thing is also list your core cybersecurity skills prominently. And then include a mix of technical and soft skills. A lot of you just go for only technical skills. No, the fact that you know how to sell, is a great skill to have. But I mean, thinking about soft skills more, the fact that you work in a team very well, teamwork is a great soft skill. Leadership. Now, let me tell you something. Let me bust your brains. Do you know a lot of you got into cyber girls specifically? Thank you, admin team. I've just gotten Shei's LinkedIn. Thank you so much. So a lot of you got into cyber girls because we saw you as potential leaders. If you remember, all of you were asked the question, have you held any leadership position in the past? Let me tell you what that, if you said yes to that question, what it tells us about you is that you can handle yourself. You can take responsibilities for your actions. You can take initiative. So leaders are always admirable anywhere. And the truth is, most of you who had leadership skills got into cyber girls. It's funny, but because we know that the Cyber Girls program is a very intensive one, and it will take discipline to actually keep in the program. So we've always been biased towards people who are leaders. So that is the thing with a lot of recruiters even. So you see, even when there are leadership opportunities in Cyber Girls, take it up. Because what that means is that you would have demonstrated at some point that you are a leader, which means you can take responsibilities, you can drive change, you can make things happen, you are a self-starter. That leadership, that word leadership, already says a lot about your personality. So if you don't yet have leadership as one of your soft skills in your LinkedIn, please go and put it. I'm just giving you the back end expo as to why we picked a lot of you. So, and why we always will ask that question, have you had any leadership role? Because we want leaders. And that's how a lot of recruiters also do it, okay? So, soft skills are very important. For example, a very core soft skill that I have is I'm a great communicator. Anytime, any day, you call me to talk about what is my own. I'm taking that audience by the storm. Do you know what that means for a recruiter as well? It means that I can also sell cybersecurity best practices within the organization and get people that are outside of the cybersecurity team to be on board with me with all of my policies and my cybersecurity program that I'll be implementing in the companies I work for. So you see how things that look like they don't mean anything, how they mean a lot, in the workplace. So please list your soft skills. They are very important. Another core tip I'll give you: go and look for the World Economic Forum skills, top skills for the 21st century of work. Go and look for that list. Look for the things that the skills that they've mentioned there that align with you. So, for example, I'm a very creative person. So that skill, soft skill aligns with me. I'm very adaptable and flexible. That skill aligns with me. So that's a soft skill. Now, that's a soft skill that you may not think means anything, but it just tells the recruiter that if you tell, Gladys Matoni now that, okay, we need you to work from home and also work from the office. And we need to manage this and manage that. And you're also working with your colleagues in India. When you say you're flexible, it means that you're going to be able to make that work. Flexibility is a strong skill set, especially in today's dynamic workplace. So please go and look for, I'm giving these tips because you won't find them anywhere on the internet. Go and look for the World Economic Forum top skills for the 21st century of work, or for the 21st. I've forgotten exactly what it is, but if you just search that, you'll find the new skills for the new world of work. Sorry, skills for the new world of work, something like that. Go and find the skills listed. See the ones. Don't lie, because if you say creativity and they tell you on the spots, display it, and you cannot display it, hey, you're in trouble. So I would say creativity, because if you call me up like this, I can relate anything to cybersecurity. I can be doing a poop right now, in the toilet, and you say I should relate pooping to cybersecurity. God have mercy on you. I'll relate you so well that you start tying pooping to cybersecurity immediately, because I'm creative. So remember not to put the skills that you do not align with. I don't stand for faking it till you make it. Be you. You are awesome, you are amazing, but represent yourself in your full essence and beauty and strength that you really have. Okay. So another key thing is certification. Someone here, people are laughing. It's true now. I went to the coronation reception of the King of England, and I came and wrote a LinkedIn post about the coronation and cybersecurity. And it was like, I didn't see that copy, because the truth is I am creative. I can make anything become a cybersecurity masterclass, So please, just look at those things and really put them on your LinkedIn skill sections. We're really running out of time, because I want to spend at least an hour in the review and the very, very quick, the very practical things. Now, certifications. Another key thing is highlight any relevant certifications, courses, or degrees you have obtained, including details such as the certification naming, the issuing organization, and completion dates. A lot of you all of you cyber girls have done at least 7 certifications right now. Abby? Excuse me. How many certifications have you done right now? How many certificates have you collected right now? It should be at least 6 or 7. How many? Please, somebody should tell me. Kele Bemang, please really keep this question. Really keep this question. When we are doing a review, you most likely begin to get answers to those questions. You most likely begin to have answers. Okay, great. So Zahara is saying 10 certifications. I don't know, but she is saying 8. So I don't. Okay, so we're going to go with Mary and Zahara's number. So 10. Let's say 10. I know that a lot of you don't yet have all 10 of them listed. I don't mean posting it on your page alone. No, I mean posting it as a LinkedIn post. Go and list them in that section of your LinkedIn page that has certifications and education. Go and list them. Okay. So I'm going to show you that as well as we go on with the demo. Your feed, of course, I'm not going to dwell much on this, but I'm going to say create insightful posts create insightful posts. It could be different formats. You could create carousels to create image with the caption that says something, infographics, videos, short videos that you just film yourself, walkthrough videos. So if you're configuring something or anything like that, you want to showcase that you can do it, walkthrough videos, I content type. You can also create audio. I'm not sure about audio, but you can record audio and use a tool to put it over an image and then share it on LinkedIn. You can create the carousel. You can create an article. So remember that all these content types are available to you and for different personalities. So I am comfortable with all of them. I can do videos. I can talk with the camera looking at me. That's very normal for me. But like people like Joy that said, they're introverts, that may not be the ideal, type of content for you. Choose what works for you. So go with carousels, for example, if you're an introvert. If you're an introvert, it's great to go with articles because you would just make yourself come off to everybody as very knowledgeable, which you are, and then of course a good thing with articles is that if you of course do it very well with a lot of keywords around the place, it increases visibility for you as well. Okay, so I see that we have gained a lot of certifications. Teresa Jani is saying 11 of them if you add junior cybersecurity analyst certificate from Cisco. So please just what would I say? Please just really list all of them in your certifications corner. Now, other tips, because we're going to go on to some other really practical things, is enable the open to job opportunities feature on LinkedIn to signal to the recruiters that you're actively seeking new roles. That's very, 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 very important. So there's a tool for you to say, oh, I'm open to work on your LinkedIn. I think that would be if you go to let me see, you go to your LinkedIn page. I'm not sure about how to do that, but I'm going to look for that. It's usually something that just says, oh, I'm open to work. If you Google how to do that, you will find a way to do that. It's not difficult at all. And for carousels, I was talking about, you can use Canva to build your carousels. It's very, very, very easy. Another key thing is professional headline. We spoke about professional headline quite a lot. Chisom, I just mentioned the app to use. You can use, I have a graphic artist that is on retainer because content creation is important to me in many ways. But you don't need to have that. You can use Canva and be able to create it yourself. But what I highly advise is create a consistent look and feel. So right now, for example, there's a shade of green I always use, teal. Even if you took out my picture from my carousel, somebody can tell that that's Confidence Stavely's carousel because it's consistently looking that way. It has never changed. So create a consistent look. The only thing that changes is what I'm writing about and how I illustrate it inside, right? So create a consistent look and feel so that it's synonymous to you as a person. And then you can do that on using Canva. Okay, Peter. This is very relative to you. I would say between 30 minutes to 1 hour. The time you spend scrolling down Instagram or TikTok, just dedicate that time to do it on LinkedIn to grow yourself. Because you see, the Instagram and TikTok slang is just about dancing videos and stuff like that. But if you dedicate that time to LinkedIn, you will make money that allows you to live that life or whatever, or have the fun, or have those things that maybe you enjoy life more. So just, I would say, take some of your LinkedIn, some of your Instagram or TikTok scrolling time into LinkedIn. So when you say avoid spending so much time, I would just have you thinking in that way as well. I think that was Christabel that asked the question. Yeah. Elia is saying when you view someone's profile who has open to work, it gives a chance to apply the same thing. Oh, thank you so much for adding that. Please, can the team actually highlight that? Thank you. So this is a key way to look at it as well. But I think there are many other ways to turn it on by yourself without necessarily looking for someone who has that. So please just Google search how to turn on open to work, open to job opportunities. Now let's go back so we don't get distracted. So the professional headline, and a key thing I want to really add with this professional headline that we're drilling down, further down from where we came from in our last session, is that you should use a clear and concise headline that accurately reflects your professional identity. You should highlight your expertise and the type of role you're looking for or you're seeking. So your headline should have 3 of the following things, or at least 2 of them: what you're interested in getting into or becoming. That's one. Your why. Why do you want to do this? and also your relevant skills that you bring to the table to be able to get this role that we're talking about. The key relevant skills. Let me add the key, the word, the key. The key relevant skills you need to bring to the table. I'll take that again. What you're interested in getting into or becoming, your why for wanting to become that thing, and then your relevant skills that you bring to the table. And I have some examples to give you, okay? So we keep this class very practical. So if, for example, you're a SOC analyst, your why could be driven to excel as, remember that this is in your headline, oh, don't forget, this is in your headline, your professional headline on LinkedIn. So some for SOC analysts could be driven to excel as a SOC analyst, safeguarding organizations from cyber risk. It could be future SOC analyst, dedicated to proactive threat detection and incident response. It could be eager to contribute as a SOC analyst, securing networks and protecting data. It could be aspiring SOC analyst, fostering resilient security operations for effective incident handling. It could be goal-oriented SOC analysis, leveraging technology to stay ahead of emerging threats. It could be seeking SOC analyst role, committed to enhancing security posture through continuous monitoring. And these are things that you actually do, but these are your whys that are now highlighted with it. Now, driven by a passion for SOC analysis, identifying and neutralizing security threats. So these can all be your whys. Aspiring SOC analyst, pursuing excellence in threat incident detection and response. Motivated to make a difference as a SOC analyst, defending organizations from cyber attacks. Passionate, aspiring SOC analyst, building strong defenses against cyber threats. So these are some of the examples. Another set of examples for penetration testers, okay? Passionate about penetration testing. And again, these are keywords that are now there, penetration testing. So if somebody is now typing, a recruiter is now typing penetration testing, you that has it on your headline and the person that doesn't have, who is going to come up first? Of course, the person that has it. Okay? I think I did it for 4 parts. So, I'm speaking to Afola here. She said examples of other career paths too. I didn't do for all of the parts, but I did for some. So I hope that helps. And then from this, you can take cues and experience cues from there. But maybe what I can do is, if you guys really find this very, very, very helpful, when I'm sending my slides, I can do it for all the parts. But I did it for 4 parts out of the 7 parts here. Okay. Number 2 is dedicated to vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, fortifying systems against cyber threats. Please, it doesn't have to be very bad that you copy this and put it on your LinkedIn. Please, you can tweak here and there so that you don't have the exact same thing with anybody that has attended this session. You can see something like driven to excel as a penetration tester, enhancing security through rigorous testing, eager to make an impact as a vulnerability assessment professional, safeguarding networks from exploits. So now, if a recruiter is typing vulnerability assessment, you will come up because this is in your headline, right? Future penetration tester, employing ethical hacking to bolster defenses. You see, there are 2 keywords here, or rather 2 sets of keywords. There's penetration tester that is also a keyword, and then there's ethical hacking that is a keyword as well. So, in fact, there are even 3. Defenses is another keyword that's here. So, enthusiastic about vulnerability assessment, unveiling weak points to bolster information security. Keywords. If information security is typed, because it's in your headline, it's going to come up. If vulnerability assessment is typed, it's going to come up. Okay. You also have, don't worry, Corinne, we're going to come to about section very soon. So, another one here is seeking role in penetration testing, committed to identifying and mitigating cyber risk. There's goal-oriented vulnerability assessment and penetration tester in training, strengthening security posture. There's security posture. That's a very key word. In fact, security posture should be in many places in your LinkedIn. It should be in your about. It should be, if you can, in your headline if you can. If you add it to description for your certifications, add it to as many places as possible. There's also passionate about ethical hacking. Ethical hacking becomes then a keyword. Pursuing excellence in vulnerability identification and remediation. Okay. There is also motivated to make a difference as a penetration tester, safeguarding organizations from cyber threats. Now, where are my critical infrastructure security ladies? Please, if you're in CIS, say hello. Or rather, if you are going to pick or you've picked CIS, please say hello to me in the comment section. You people don't know how. There's one major thing that is coming for people that are coming have picked CIS. I cannot tell you what it is, but the whole of Cyber Girls is going to be envious of you people. By the time I'm done with you people, Anyway, okay, so we have Tandy. You are in for a very good, like, you don't know, you just walked into amazingness. Like, when we break the news, hey God, you know, everybody will be envious of you in your community, even in Cyber Girls. And I don't want to say what it is, because now the next everyone wants to change to, or somebody will not go and pick something else. Amaka Dike, you know, fantastic. No, it's not, Fatma. No, it's not. Chisom says she's already jealous. Anyway, but CIS is going to be a hit track. That's why I don't want to say anything when we're picking any course, because I want you to pick it out of your own, what's it called again? Your own desire for it, your own passion for it. So I don't want anybody to change, because now you gotta change. It doesn't work for you and say, CS said, please. I'm just saying that we have something special for CIS already. But please, my lips are sealed, as in sealed. I'm not going to say anything. So for the CIS people, the first thing is passionate, aspiring critical infrastructure security analysts, safeguarding vital systems and services. Then they're dedicated to protecting critical infrastructure, enhancing resilience against cyber threats. Then there's future critical infrastructure security analysts, strengthening the defense of essential services. Then there's driven to excel in critical infrastructure security, ensuring stability in the face of risk. Then there's eager to contribute as a security analyst, protecting essential facilities and networks. Then there's committed to safeguarding critical infrastructure, mitigating vulnerabilities and enhancing preparedness. Okay, then there's goal-oriented critical infrastructure security analysts, securing vital systems. Then there's enthusiastic about defending critical infrastructure, proactive measures for uninterrupted operations. Then they're seeking role in critical infrastructure security, building strong defenses against threats. Then the last one I put here is outstanding critical infrastructure security analysts, strengthening the security of critical infrastructure networks. Okay. Then where are my GRC ladies at? GRC ladies, you guys also have like some really crazy goodies with some of our collaborations that we have done. So I put down something here for you. Now the people I chose for this is not indicative of anything. I'm just running commentary, please. So for GRC, there's a passionate, aspiring GRC analyst promoting effective governance, risk, and compliance. Number 2 is dedicated to ensuring regulatory compliance, driving risk management and governance excellence. There's future GRC analyst navigating complex compliance landscape for business success. There is driven to excel in governance, risk, and compliance, strengthening organizational resilience. There's eager to contribute as a GRC analyst, aligning operations with industry standards, committed to proactive risk mitigation, enhancing compliance frameworks for business growth. Give me a second. Goal-oriented GRC analyst in training, harmonizing governance, risk and compliance practices, enthusiastic about regulatory compliance, driving ethical and sustainable business practices, seeking role in governance, risk and compliance, enhancing trust and accountability. So you see the keywords listed around. Then number 10 is actually my favorite. Motivated to align business goals with cybersecurity. Okay, so when the word cybersecurity is searched, you will come up. Okay, then optimizing GRC strategies for organizational success. GRC will also cause you to come up. Please, Bridget, I did not do anything for cloud security, but again, like I said, maybe what I'm going to do is I am going to actually, when I'm sharing the slides, I'm going to add for cloud security, for threat intelligence, and digital forensics. That's another very hot track. Let me keep my mouth shut. Oh, God should help me. Oh, I don't want to say anything. Oh, but yeah, there are some conversations we're having about that track right now, and that is mind blowing. I hope it comes through for your cohort in terms of threat intelligence and data forensics. yeah, I hope it comes through for your cohort, that we finish off everything before your cohort. It's amazing. So I what other part did I miss out in this examples? DevSecOps. Okay, so there are 3 parts I'm going to include in the tracks that I have not yet included. DevSecOps, cloud security, and threat intelligence and digital forensics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then create this sample headline wise for you when I'm sending the slides. Okay. So I don't know what to post. What do I post? Again, I'm going to include some of them in. Team, you can take off the slides, because now I'm just going to be sharing from my head, from my notes here, what you can post, examples of things you can post. Ladies in cloud security, please. I just couldn't do for 7 of them. That's why there's no big deal. It's not like people are in the cloud. Sorry, people are in the dark. No, I was just happy to. I just find it easier to do for these tracks that I put down. So I'm going to sit down and craft for your own tracks. The 3 tracks that I did not put in this presentation, I'm going to craft it. But I thought that, you know what, presenting these ones will give you some cues, to sort of be able to craft yours. So please don't depend on me, or just begin to craft yours from the examples I've given here. And a good thing to do would be, when you're doing that, put the technologies, actually for cloud, put the technologies that you are adapting. So after putting your Y, the next thing, put a slash, that straight slash, and put something like Azure, if you agree with Azure, or the learning outcomes are going to be available for you in your training track includes Azure, which it does. Azure, you can put all of the other cloud platforms that you are very versatile in. If it's GCP, put it, put all of the cloud platforms that you're great with. Just put them there, okay? So what do I post? I'm going to give you some post ideas. Again, starting with SOC analyst. I know that people are going to fight me right now, but if I do not tell you any trick on this call or on these live sessions, just know that SOC analysts are the ones who get the jobs fastest. They're the ones in the path that easily get jobs the most. A cloud SOC analyst. So sorry, pardon me if I do not quickly. Oh, sorry, Uncle. There are lots of goodies. In fact, remember that at the orientation I mentioned that Microsoft was supporting us, and you can see here. Sorry, you can see in this. You can see Microsoft up there. You can see also here AWS. So we are already partners. What that means, in fact, for you people in cloud, I'm hoping that conversations finish off, but we are to onboard you people at some point to AWS. Like, you people are going to be like the pioneers in AWS job platform that working with Amazon for. We have had many meetings already. So we're going to put you on that platform to access many opportunities in that platform. So directly with AWS and their partner network. So trust me, I just can't talk about every single goodie that is available. That's the truth. I just can't. But we have packed in so much value. The only thing I'm going to tell cloud people is you will write the exams, you will choke. Because, for example, we have mad deadlines for cloud. The Microsoft licenses that they give us for your Microsoft Azure exams has deadlines that are closed. So be ready to work hard. But the certifications that make you stand out are already there. I can see Fatma say she's jealous. That's the truth. We already have these certifications that we already say, oh, you're very knowledgeable, and the sets is just for you to be able to work towards certifications, and once you write them, you pass them. But it's at no cost to you, and they're whatever. It's at no cost to you, and it's really available there. For penetration testing, we have, can you have the box up there? Sorry. What's this? I don't know. But can you see hack the box? I'm looking for it to point hack the box. You have 6 months of access to hack the box, as in you will build crazy skills, and hack the box is very, very recognized. Okay. You build crazy, amazing skill set. And we also have something else that I cannot yet tell you about, another partnership with a bug bounty platform as well. So please, your problem in this life, if you get into the next phase, is just to tie your belts, because the goodies, in Nigeria we say okpo, it's plenty. It's very plenty. I wish you all the best, ladies. So we're going to talk about what you can post. Share your journey of becoming interested in cybersecurity and why you decided to pursue a career in SOC analysis, for example, or become a SOC analyst. You can also pick up your favorite cybersecurity book and explain how that book has influenced your understanding of the field. You can post about and share tips, cybersecurity tips or best practices that SOC analysts should be aware of. You can pick up a SOC tool or a tool that's used in a SOC and run some demo screens. So for example, if you're learning how to use Splunk, you can create walkthrough videos that show that you know how to use Splunk or teach something around that tool. So pick up tools that are used typically in a SOC and begin to make walkthrough videos on how to do XYZ things. Oh my God. These people are dragging me into this talking about partnerships. Okay. So for digital forensics, we're talking to law enforcement even. Where we already have training partners that are globally recognized, that are amazing. Okay. One of them is already here. ACEX. Can you see ACEX? A lot of people only have access to the free version of their training. We have a paid version that we are going to have access to, and it's one of the best training platforms for digital forensics and threat intelligence around the world. So they're all very amazing training platforms that we have provided you, that you have for free. So I can't just talk about all of them, but there is no single track that won't be really boring. SOC analyst. No, first of all, as I've said, SOC analyst, you guys will be the easiest to put into jobs. Like SOC analysts are in high demand every time, especially for entry-level roles. So for SOC analysts, good. You see security blue up there? You ladies see security blue? That's for SOC analysts. And they are really good. Like they're really good. And we have a partnership that allow us to give you access to their training platforms for months. Now, another very crazy thing is that the Security Blue also has a job board that will link you up with opportunities in your countries as well, and globally as well. So, yes, Amanda, there's Hack the Box. So Hack the Box is for VAPT people, yeah. So Security Blue has a job board. So let me just tell you that if you make it into the next stage, all you need to worry about is working hard to pass the exam. That's all you need to worry about, honestly. And of course, while doing that, sell yourself. But we have an amazing collection of partners that we've never had this sort of rich collection ever before in our cohort. So it will always get better anyway. But this is the best we've gotten so far. Exactly. Fatma knows this. Fatma is saying something here. He said, yes, Security Blue goodness. The paid version is expensive, but the sets are divine. So it's expensive, but again, it's not expensive to you. Yeah, so you are going to get BLT1. So look at all that you can get from BLT1 in Security Blue. That's what you're going to be getting. If you choose to be a SOC analyst on Cyber Girls, that's exactly what you'll be getting. Everything. Yes, and the CyberSec career. So you'll be getting everything there for free. So your own thing is just to work hard, and that's your only job. We have these things that are industry's best sitting and waiting for you. Please, let's not dwell too much here, because I think I'm getting distracted. So you can also write a post discussing the most common types of cyber threats faced by organizations, share a recent cybersecurity and news article that provides insight into its implications for SOC analysts. You can also post about cybersecurity conferences or events you attended and highlight the key learnings. You can discuss the importance of continuous learning and professional development in cybersecurity. You can also write a post on the essential skills and qualifications required to excel as a SOC analyst. You can post a cybersecurity related code that resonates with you as a SOC analyst and explain why it's meaningful. You can write an infographic or create an infographic highlighting the steps involved in incident response for SOC analysts. Okay. You can discuss the role of threat intelligence in the day-to-day work of a SOC analyst. You can share recommended online course or certification for aspiring SOC analysts. You can write a post on the importance of teamwork and collaboration in SOC environments. You can post about the significance of strong communication skills for SOC analysts when working with various stakeholders. Okay, these are all post ideas I'm sharing. You can discuss the impact of emerging technologies like AI and IoT on the role of SOC analysts. Again, with research, you can find this information and share. Okay, you can even share your favorite, cybersecurity blogs or websites that provide valuable resources for SOC analysts. This is a very good content type to share, by the way. You can write about a recent cybersecurity breach, case study and highlight some key lessons learned. Okay. You can write about the tools and technologies commonly used by SOC analysts for threat detection and response. So even as you're in BLT 1, studying on Security Blue, you have access to the lab and begin to practice using some of these tools. You can write posts, you can write carousels, you can create videos, whatever, on these kind of tools. Okay, so this is a very, very great content type. I'm going to repeat it again. Write a post about the tools, technologies, and commonly used by SOC analysts. I'm going to post this somewhere so that you can have a view. I don't know if I can post. Can I post? Can somebody just type that out for me? Write a post about the tools and technologies used by SOC analysts for threat detection and response. Anybody that writes it, please, team, you can just highlight it for me. Highlight it for me. By the way, Goodness is a cybersecurity engineer. I am yet to share a story. Her story is powerful. Her story is absolutely powerful. She graduated last cohort, and she currently works as a cybersecurity engineer. You know, when you hear cybersecurity engineer, you think he's a guy. Cyber Girls is changing all of that. We'll see like fine ladies like Goodness Oji, becoming cybersecurity engineer. So yeah, we are changing what that looks like. Okay. So she's talking, when she says she's rooting for you all, she knows what she's saying. So yeah, Charlotte has written it here. Please, admin team, can you just spotlight that for us? Good. So what I had said was, write a post about tools and technologies commonly used by SOC analysts for threat detection and response. For threat detection and response. If you're writing, please put that down. Used by SOC analysts for threat detection and response. You can also have post a question asking your network about your favorite incident response techniques or strategies. You'll begin to see a lot of this when you're on BLT1 for Security Blue. So while you're learning those things, begin to craft questions from the topics that you're learning every day and posting maybe thrice in a week. Please try not to post more than thrice a week or 4 times a week so that your post actually try and get a lot of visibility, okay? So post a question asking your network about their favorite incident response techniques and strategies. You can share one and then ask your audience to share more of theirs. Share a personal experience of a challenging incident you encountered as a SOC analyst and how you resolved it. You can get access to seeing things like this again in the labs, okay? Discuss the role of automation and machine learning in improving SOC operations and efficiency. You can research this. You can also have this as part of your learning in BLT1, and then you get to learn more about this, okay? Write a post about the importance of maintaining an updated inventory of assets for effective incident response. Share your favorite cybersecurity podcast episode that you found informative and relevant to SOC analysts. Discuss the role of SOC analysts in compliance and data protection regulations like CCPA, GDPR, and the rest. Post about the different types of security alerts SOC analysts commonly deal with and how they prioritize and respond to them. So prioritizing alerts or prioritizing security alerts is a key thing that you'll be doing as SOC analyst, and you'll learn more about it. I'm sure Goodness can share some thoughts about that. But yeah, It would be nice if you can also make a post about this as you begin to learn about them. You can discuss, the challenges faced by SOC analysts in detecting and responding to insider threats. This is a key part as well that a lot of people don't see. Write a post on the significance of strong incident response plan, blah, 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 blah. So that's a lot about SOC analysis. I'm going to, yes, Shay, I'm going to put that out in the slides as well. I think I have about 40 ideas, 40 post ideas per, is it 40 or 30? 40, let's say 30 post ideas per learning track that I'll share with you. So Teresa is asking, confirm the tools we can post things like SIM, EDR, phishing analysis, and incident response. Yes, spot on. Talk about a SIM tool, for example. Talk about a SOAR tool, talk about an EDR. Speak about phishing analysis, you can speak about triaging, speak about incident response generally. But yes, that's a very good angle to come from. It shows that you know the tools that you'll be using and you can hit the ground running. That is how to strategically begin to position yourself. And that's why I say, please, it's easy to talk about this cybersecurity awareness, but cybersecurity awareness jobs in cybersecurity in Africa don't exist. So if you're always posting cybersecurity awareness things, you're not necessarily giving yourself a good head start. So yeah, I'm saying that I'm going to add 30 posts per track that you can post ideas that you can begin to post per track. So to give you a very good head start, because I don't want it to be just any masterclass. I want it a masterclass that you action. And if you do not action it, it is your responsibility. We have done our bits. It's like saying we had a CV masterclass, and some people attended that masterclass and did not improve their CV significantly. If you don't do it, take any action, you're wasting your time. And it's not my problem. My own, I've invested in your trainings. We've given you this. I've given you 2 hours of my time for two days. You have you've learned a lot. It's just for you to take action that remain. Okay. So let's begin. Let's do the LinkedIn review that we spoke about, so I can begin to take questions and we can call it a day. Okay. So we have landed on Oluwaseyi's LinkedIn. Let me share my screen. Hey, can I share a tab? Yes, Ekaite, you can actually expand on them and then make them 60. Huh. Okay. Let me try something. Okay, yeah, can actually. So can everyone see? Someone from the admin team should tell me, can you see Oluwaseyi Fadoji's page now? Can we see? Can somebody from the admin team tell me that they can see? Okay, I see that. Okay, great. I see that you've already projected it. Great. So it's tiny. How can we make it bigger? Okay, let me try something. Let me try something. Is there a view that can increase this? Okay, zoom. Okay. Is it big enough for you, ladies? Now Smart Search, she wishes she had this class when she was finishing university. Okay, now you have it. So yeah. Great. So it's visible now. So let's start an autopsy of Sheyi's LinkedIn page. So Sheyi currently, is doing amazing. She has begun, activating a lot of the things that we spoke about. Amazing, amazing lady. You know, she's constantly posting about her journey. I won't be surprised if Shay gets job offers before she finishes. You know, it's beautiful what you're doing, Shay. Well done. So we're going to begin to give her some feedback. I like that she has future-ready cybersecurity expert in training, but I wish you could sort of like define it better in the sense of the kind of job role you'll be looking for, and then narrow it in that light so you can be found easily. I also find that familiar with Let's Defend platform may not necessarily be a thing that will be very valuable to you in the long run, because Let's Defend is just one platform for SOC analysis, but it will not necessarily pop you up in search results. Remember that our headline is supposed to be able to really drive us up in terms of what recruiters are typing in, and recruiters are not typing in Let's Defend, because Let's Defend is just one of the several platforms to learn about cybersecurity. Okay, so I would rather say you should pick up maybe one of the whys that we spoke about, so that there are keywords that you're putting, and then what you're looking to become, which is the SOC analyst you want to become, and then you then layer it on with some technologies that SOC analysts use. So as it is right now, what you want to become, which is SOC analyst, is not anywhere in your headline. So you should find a way to put it there. And Let's Defend is one of the several platforms. So and again, your recruiter may not know Let's Defend, but your recruiter will know that. Oh my days. Okay. Give me a second, please. But your recruiter will know that they are looking to hire a SOC analyst. Okay. So don't get carried away with the platform you're learning with. Don't get carried away with that. Okay. Make sure that you are really really focusing on what tools you can use that are universally used in SOCs, for example. Also, what skills are universally searched for SOC roles. So don't get bogged down with Let's Defend, because right now, for example, if you move to Security Blue, would you now say familiar with Security Blue? Platform, because some people may not know Security Blue as well, but they'll be able to know what the learning outcomes would be for that. So when you say talks about as well, please don't. Again, we talked about the cyber defense is fantastic. SOC analyst is great. I would advise that you take off the Let's Defend, because again, it's a platform. Okay. I would say maybe take off cyber problem solving skills. Now, for all of what you people do, make sure that the keyword cybersecurity is one of the key things you talk about. So put it in your talks about. I wish Shay was actually actively responding to me as I do this audit, so that she can also share her thoughts. Can we have admin team? Can we have Shay join the live stream? Is it possible to do that? She doesn't have to show her face. If you can send her a link, that'll be fine to join the live stream. So also make sure that in your talks about you have the hashtag cybersecurity. It's very important. Now let me show you what my talks about is. Give me a second. Can you see that these are actual subjects I'm talking about? Okay. You can see API security. You can see women in cyber, because I always talk about women in cyber because of cyber girls. But you see, cybersecurity is there very much. And then cybersecurity awareness is there as well. So these are all things that you want to make sure that you have. Cybersecurity should be one of the hashtags that you talk about a lot. And if possible, include cybersecurity as a hashtag in all of your posts. because a lot of people follow the hashtag cybersecurity. Give me a second, please. A lot of people follow the hashtag cybersecurity, okay? So they will see your post whether or not they follow you, and that person may then begin to follow you, and then really, really, really grow from there with you in terms of your knowledge and opportunities that offer you. Okay. So a key thing I want to add here as well is I'm going to look at her about section. Now, a key thing to mention here is that her posts are some of the first things you're going to get to see. And that's why it's very important that you post, and you post insightful things. You can also see that here as well, her comments she has made is also going to pop up. So when a recruiter is reviewing her page, they will see comments that she's made. Another key reason to make insightful posts, insightful comments on posts, aside making insightful posts. Okay. Now, her about section. Who can tell me what she can do better in her about section? Anybody? I'll be waiting for anybody that wants to tell me about what she can do better in her about section. Okay, she said she should use bullets, okay? Amaka is saying she should use bullets, okay? I'm not exactly all for brief. There's a reason why LinkedIn gives you a lot of words. I think it's a huge thing. LinkedIn gives you a lot of space to do that, because there's a lot. It gives that person a snapshot of your profile. How about section is clustered. It's clustered. That's what she's saying. Skill keywords. Yes. Please, let's not say make it short. Actually, you shouldn't make it your about section short. Make it long but worth the read. Let me show you people what my about section looks like, so you know that it doesn't have to be short. In fact, as a matter of fact, I would say it shouldn't be short. So now, if you read my about section, right, the first key things that hits you, and what I want you to hit you, is that I have a lot of achievements and a lot of recognitions. Okay, because of where I'm right now in my career, I don't need to start signposting. For some people, I choose that, but again, I don't need to start doing those things. But for you, you would have to do it. But you see, the way I broke things down, I broke it down to first telling you that I've achieved many professional certifications and industry recognitions. But in my third paragraph, I then tell you the different achievements and recognitions I've had. Another key thing I tell you in my about section is I highlight the things that are amazing about me, that make me confident, stably, that's different for me, okay? Which is my communication skills I want to highlight, okay? So I then show you that I'm a very good communicator. So these are key things that you want to bear in mind. And the use of bullet points, like she mentioned, like Amaka mentioned, I have bullet points telling you what those certifications are, what those recognitions are. Let me tell you how powerful this is. There was a time I had on my about section that I had raised over $1 million for programs that we run at CyberSafe Foundation. And I got approached by a global venture capital firm to come and run their, I think was it the Africa operations, and the venture fund I was going to be controlling, I think I was going to be controlling over $1 million in funding that was going to be dispersed to African startups. Let me tell you the only reason I didn't take that role. The only reason I didn't take that role is because of programs like Cyber Girls. I knew that by the time that I began to do work like that, and the pay was mad. The pay was, so there are two key reasons I didn't take that. One, it wasn't a cybersecurity role. Although I'm going to benefit the ecosystem, I knew that I was going to really benefit the ecosystem to be sitting on that kind of pot of funding. But I also thought about, like, it's going to distract me from running programs like Cyber Girls, and then two, it wasn't a core cybersecurity role. So I did not take it. So you see that, and I had to take that particular line off my profile. So I knew that saying that I had raised that much money showed that I can raise more. You understand? And because I've managed $1 million, I can manage $10 million, I can manage $50 million, and my head will not bust because I've raised that kind of money before. So that's one thing I want you to remember, that the things you put here, tell people of what you have done, where you're coming from, and then signpost that you can do more of that as well. So really think about that when you're creating this part of your profile. So I took that off my LinkedIn because I didn't want my LinkedIn about section. So I didn't want more opportunities like that to come my way. So assuming you are transitioning from another part of tech or outside of tech into cybersecurity, what this section can be is that it starts off talking about your interest in cybersecurity and why cybersecurity interests you so much. Just a sentence or two. You move on to then talking about what skills you have garnered in your roles before now as a health professional, right? And the skills you should signpost should be skills you can directly tie in your next paragraph as related to cybersecurity. Okay, you can say that in my previous roles, I've spent 5 years working at different hospitals, and in that time, I have learned how to follow procedures, built some of them myself for the health sector, and doing blah 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 blah. Now transitioning to cybersecurity, I believe that my skills in the health sector best position me for opportunities, cybersecurity opportunities in the health industry, particularly, governance, risk, and compliance for hospitals, for health centers, for blah 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 blah, and other adjacent industries. My ability to pay close attention to compliance needs and complying with them help my organization avoid fines in my previous roles. I can apply same to help your business comply with industry best practices or earn industry best practice, industry certifications like PCI DSS, like ISO 27001, to better position your organization for increased business opportunities and taking new and expanding your business to new territories. Did you see what I just did? I have in my about section told you that I didn't drop from the sky, and as much as I don't have cybersecurity experience, I still come loaded. I have transferable skills that I'm not throwing away that really apply to cybersecurity. And if you were to give me opportunities in cybersecurity within my industry, I am going to be a round peg in a round hole. But peradventure, you're not giving me opportunities in that my industry, I can also apply myself to XYZ industries. And when you bring me into your environment, I am going to be able to add XYZ to your business bottom line. Because at the end of the day, let's not forget, cybersecurity is nothing but a business enabler. Cybersecurity is an enabler for business. So why are you hired as a GRC professional? It's to ensure that maybe the organization keeps complying to PCI DSS or to ISO 27001. And by so doing, they can take their services to new places, like from Kenya to another another part of the world. Or that if you're helping organization, comply to GDPR, it means you can collect data. Somebody is speaking. Somebody in the back end is speaking. Okay. Oh, Sheyi is here. Okay, great. Sheyi, I see you. So you can then move your skills to help the organization really grow. So don't forget that. And when you're thinking, think about it in that line. How can I take where I've been coming from into cybersecurity and then paint a picture of how my skills, how my story, how my unique abilities, can position me to really help a business grow. Sorry, give me a second. I need to find a sheet of paper. I wrote something here. I'm hoping I'm able to find it. But the key thing is to what? Highlight your skills in a way that positions you to know how to really help the organization. I'm going to go to another person's Odinaka. I think, yeah, let me go to Odinaka's. This Odinaka's page is another approach. Okay. So you can see that he says he's experienced with, or you can use other words. You can see the stack of technologies he's great with: SIM, EDR, NAC, DLP, PAM, IAM, and source solutions. So that easily shows you that he's able to use those solutions. Okay, aside his featured posts, which again is a key thing I want you people to do. When you start creating content that is like carousels and everything like that, ensure that you do what? That you highlight some of your best content here. Okay? If you are the cyber gister of the week, that's a leadership position. Create a post, create a flyer for yourself. What does chief cyber gister mean? How did you lead that conversation? What were the key takeouts from analyzing that particular cybersecurity incidents or cybersecurity news that you read or that you and your colleagues led the conversation on? What are your key takeouts and what can people outside of the community learn? Create it, boom, put it there as a post and highlight it on your featured. So right now, I don't think Sheyi has a featured section filled out, but this is a very key tool to also use. Okay. Then you can see, of course, in his activity, he has a lot of posts. He's been posting very regularly. But let me show you another key thing. In his about section, you see, it is definitely not short. And it has his skills. So he starts off, he says he's a seasoned cybersecurity engineer with a year of experience. Now, you would think that when somebody says seasoned, that they have 10 years of experience under their belt. Odinaka is not saying he has 10 years, but he's telling you that he knows his stuff, and he's telling you truthfully that he has 1 year of experience, And don't forget, your learning period in cybersecurity is also your year of experience, because by the time as you're practicing with those tools, you're gaining experience. It's not until you get work opportunity. Let's not forget that. So give me a second. Okay, great. So it's not until you have work experience, that as in a structured work environment, and you earn a salary, that you begin to gather experience. When you're learning and you're using those labs, you're gaining experience. If you're a VAPT person and you're doing bug bounces, for example, at some point, that's the experience. It's just unpaid experience, but it is what? Experience, and you should count it. I like what Kelebama said. As someone coming from an operations management background, I am excited to craft an about section that links my background with GRC for business continuity and resilience. I love that you're saying this, because like I said in the previous section, wherever you're coming from, you can find an adjoining point to cybersecurity, but make sure you're highlighting your skills. What makes you unique? What makes you confident stably? If you wake me up from sleep, I will tell you that one of the key things that makes me confident stably is my communication skills. I'm a great and absolute communicator. I am another key thing that makes me confident stably is I'm very vibrant. If I come to any place, I'm a ball of energy. I'm a ball of joy. You see, like that can be it can be something that is stupid. Like, how does that even matter? But when you realize that cybersecurity is one of the most hated parts of an organization to work with, let me tell you very easily. If you are antisocial, please begin to learn to be, because you're already going to be automatically hated. Now, why is that so? It's because you're going to be often standing in the way of things and making sure that people do things the right way. So, for example, the developers who want to do something different, want to do maybe release unsecure code, and you will put your feet down that no, this thing needs to be done this way, this thing needs to be done this way. Because of that, you need to be able to be diplomatic so that you can deliver what you need to say in a nice way. You already have friends in that team. So by the time you're giving them your feedback, it's not like you are fighting you're not going to be looked at as a devil that is fighting them. So those social skills are required. So when I say, for example, I'm a great communicator, that's what the recruiter is hearing. The recruiter is hearing that, this person is going to not be able to sell cybersecurity programs to other people in the organization. This person is going... Precious said I'm a hugger. This person is going to be able to convince people to be on her side. This person is going to be able to convince the rest of the team to take right action. This person is going to be able to convince people to do the right things. Okay, this person will already, come in and bring in a lot of chair, whatever it is, to create a softer environment to deliver whatever message they need to deliver. So I'll give people a story. In my role some time ago as a country manager for a cybersecurity firm that I used to work for, we had these clients. We were preparing for PCI DSS certification, and we're preparing the client. So we're not the auditor, we're not the audit firm, and the auditor was hard. The guy was like, every time he comes, hello, can you all hear me? Can everyone hear me? If you can hear me, just say yes really quickly. There's a power outage where I am. Okay. Power is back. Okay. So the guy was just really unnecessarily hard. I just remember saying, yeah, wait. I am confident, Stevely. I should work this thing out. So I did something, I befriended this guy, began to understand, listen to him, not from a perspective of you are constantly fighting my clients and constantly finding fault in everything. I started wanting to listen to him, started wanting to, explain the controls we've implemented in a way that really he gets to understand. And because of that whole communication that got better, our clients got approved, and that client is actually a major fintech right now. That client got a PCI certification, and because of that certification, the client got approved by the CBN as well. Because that time the client was also going through the Central Bank of Nigeria's review for their license. So you see how my communication skills being put to use was the difference between that person failing PCI, PCI DSS checks, and then also them not getting a CBN license. So it sometimes you look at these things as though they are far, but I want you to begin to think about them in a way that you can position your innate skills that makes you stand out in a way that positions you as a person of authority, as a person of value, as a person of skilled, a person with an arsenal of skills. So while understanding PCI DSS was a skill I had, managing a team and managing my client side to protect my clients, and also implementing the controls and remediating whatever the auditor was coming to tell us, was a key skill that really wasn't a technical skill, was a soft skill in that sense. So remember to mention that and highlight that in your about section in the first or second paragraph. Like what Dinaka said, he said, I have deployed and maintained enterprise-level security solutions, implemented network security controls such as firewalls, VPNs, and provided first line of support for SMEs. You see, these are all keywords. He's using the keywords firewalls, VPNs, and like that. Now he has a whole area of expertise that he highlights. Okay? He highlights a whole area of expertise. Sorry, in general, I cannot tell you what to pick as a path. No, because if I tell you, if it doesn't work for you, you're going to say, CS said no. So that's why we sat down and we created a day in the life, and we brought professionals to talk to you about all of them. You also have the internet to research as well for that reason, for your own judgment to be made, because I want you to be a judgment for you. And that's why we created this forum. So I cannot tell you which one is best for you. So you see, the key words this guy has put here, he has put SIM, like Jana was asking earlier on. He has put the different SIM tools that he knows how to use. Alien Vault, he has put QRadar, he has put ArcSight, he has put network analytics, which was able to use. He has put Palo Alto, he has put all of them. So he's put anti-phishing simulation as something that he's able to do. He said the things that he has had hands-on experience deploying the solution: Cisco, Sophos, Palo Alto, Fortinet, Trend Micro, Kaspersky, Silence, BlackBerry. He has mentioned all of them. So what I would say as a tip for all of you, a key tip of all of you in Cyber Girls, I'm going to ask this question before I say what I want to say. Have you all received your learning outcomes for the different tracks? If you haven't, I'm going to ask the team to share with you. Give me a second. I'm going to ask the team to share with you. When the team shares that with you, take the learning outcomes and create your area of expertise in your whole about section. Okay, take your area of expertise and put them like this really nicely, so that the technologies you are going to learn how to use, they're going to be put here. The processes or whatever you're able to implement, or the technology you're able to implement, will be put here. So I'm going to make sure that the team gets that to you by next week. Okay, I'm on leave next week. Okay, yeah, I'll tell them next week. I'll try and tell them next week to put it together and give it to you. Also, you can use that information to put it in your CV as well, because that's what you're going to learn anyway. Okay, so you can then put this in your about section as your area of expertise. So your skills should be there. The things that you understand about your industry, or rather about cybersecurity, and your why for cybersecurity, and what makes you unique, craft it into something beautiful and put it here. Now, another key tip I'm going to give you is when you receive that learning outcome, okay, take it to ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT to craft an about section that positions you for XYZ role in cybersecurity, okay, and that your unique your unique abilities are, unique innate soft skills or whatever, or your background is XYZ. Okay, ChatGPT can actually structure something like this for you. It will not be great, it will not be 100%. You can then take what ChatGPT gives you, combine it with your own editing and your own flavor, and then boom, give them hot. Amaka, yeah, it's true now. I'm telling you, and give them hot. But again, remember, even with ChatGPT, it's the prompts that you give ChatGPT that actually, informs what kind of output you get. So you can do that. So now let's go back to Sheyi. Sheyi is on the call now. Good. So Sheyi has said all of these things, but she has not said any technical skill. Okay. She has not given the recruiter enough reason to hire her. She hasn't told us what her technology stack looks like, and she needs to say more about herself. Did Sheyi drop from the sky? Give me a second. Did Sheyi drop from the sky? What did Sheyi do before now? Let's find out. So Sheyi, are you there? You can unmute your mic.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Great. Okay, so a key thing I want to say, I don't like being called ma, so you can say CS, it's fine. If you can't say confidence, CS is fine, okay?
All right.
Okay, great. So you see, with this part that you've said you're a cybersecurity intern, okay, and you are still there right now, correct? Or you've just left it, right?
I just left.
Good. So you see where you put this, developed a solid reason. You can take some of the things that you've learned, or some of the things that you're able to do, that you've gained experience in, and also put here. There's no part of this thing you've said here that says you have experience in any of the things you've come back here that you've said here. But remember that a lot of people may not have the time to come and look at these specifics, but they will read your about section. Let's not forget that. A lot of recruiters may not expand this place. It's good to put this information here and everything, because it does help you, right? But it doesn't, like, if somebody wants to come and look at your profile, they most likely will spend more time in your about than expanding the different parts of your experience. Do you understand?
All right, ma'am.
Yeah. So for example, what have you gained from your information security administration internship, virtually testing? I know that this is an amazing experience as well. Craft some of it, add it with the learning outcomes of cyber girls, and then really boost this section with keywords around technologies that you could have implemented, SIM tools, or tools that are relevant to SOC roles that you can use. So let's say, for example, in this thing, let's search SOC analyst jobs. Okay, let's go back to date posted. Let's go back to anytime past months. So this is senior SOC analyst. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. I'm trying to look for. I want to look for tier one for you. Give me a second. I think I just saw one. Okay, you know what? We'll just go back to. I don't want to waste time. I'm going to do SOC analysts. SOC analyst jobs. I've seen a lot of senior roles. Give me a second. So great. This is a SOC tier one analyst, which you're going to be qualified for. Now, see keywords, triage, analyze alerts. You see this SAW that we're talking about, right? If this particular job opening was one that they wanted to find, a person for, that the recruiter was searching for, you see that the fact that there's SAW there in your headline already makes you pop up. So that's a keyword there, okay? Threat hunting is another keyword. Anomaly investigation, threat hunting can also be a skill that you put in your skills section. Remember, we said something about skills section, okay? It can be something that you put in your skills section. It can be around ongoing investigations. But you see, this is an example of a SOC role or tier one analyst, what they will be doing and what the requirements are. So, for example, can you see that Shay, you already qualify for this role. In the next 3 months, you will more because you would have gained more knowledge from the security blue platform that you'll be learning from. But for example, you have certifications in the field of IT, which is cybersecurity and networking. You already have that. You already speak good English. You gain experience with scripting language. You already have minimum of 1 year of IT experience. Of course, again, with your internship, with your time in CyberSafe, you're gaining that experience as well. Okay. So you see. Okay, hello.
I'm with you, ma.
Okay, great. So these are some things that should be keywords that are in your about section. So let's go back to your about again.
Okay.
So another key thing is Shea has done fantastic in her licenses and certifications here. She has put a lot of the set she's gathered. Okay. She's put a lot of the set she's gathered. I don't think she has put all of them though. I don't think this is all. There's no infosec here. There's no infosec. There are a couple of them that are not here. Am I correct?
Yes, you're correct. I'll add them.
So you need to update this section. So if you are asking me, oh, where are the licenses and certifications? This is the place here for licenses and certifications, okay? Your education, you can put your experience, you can put CyberSafe here, or you can put it in education, okay? Then in your skills, I like that you put information security, vulnerability management, but again, you need to put tools that you can use as well. Don't forget that. Tools and technology. Can you see that the skills is broken into industry knowledge, tools and technologies, and interpersonal skills? So don't forget that when you're putting industry knowledge like vulnerability management, you need to put tools, for example, like SIM, like SIM tools, like mention their names, mention the names like Curator, you can mention any of the other tools that you have skills in. Okay, you mention them in tools and technologies, and then interpersonal skills, problem solving, fantastic. This is a very good skill. Communication, leadership, management, fantastic. So it's important to have those skills put there, but you can beef up this skill section right now. For example, in your skill section, all of you have learned a lot about network security. I can't see network security here. I can't see, some of you are already using Nmap, correct? Hello? Shayi, do you know how to use Nmap?
Yeah, yes, a bit, ma.
Good. So you should have it here in your skills in terms of tools and technology instead of just having HTML. Okay? Are
All
you
right.
hearing me? Yeah.
Yes.
So I like that your projects are already here. Ladies, if you haven't already done this, have your project here. I think you have 2 projects so far. You had a personal project and a group project, correct?
It's one presently. I think the group project.
Or you only had a group project. Okay. I like how you describe this, and this is a good thing. Everybody should take this as an example. What she has told you right now is that she can work across multiple locations because she's already had a team and she's had experience working across multiple time zones, across multiple countries, which this particular fellowship also helps you do that as well. You will most likely never be in any group where you are where you're from is the only nationality that's in that group. So you will never have an all Kenyan group. It's intentional. That's how we have designed the program. You will never have an all Zimbabwean group. No, it's for a reason. Okay. I like some question. Can we add Cisco Packet Tracer? Yes, you can add that in your tools and technology. Okay. Can you add Splunk? Can you add Wireshark? Yes, you should add that. If your scripting languages, you can use Python and Bash. Fantastic. Add it in your scripting languages. Okay. So put all of that. Oh no, I say I'm overworking. Okay, thank you. You can put all of that there. Good. So your scripting languages, JavaScript, Python, put them there. Okay. Somebody's asking, is wearing makeup? I mean, in your profile photo, it'd be nice to do that. If you're not one who normally wears makeup for occasions, no need to do that. Okay. Think about yourself. If you're going for a professional occasion, how would you look? That's how your LinkedIn this thing. If I was going to a professional occasion, I will wear makeup. Okay. I will most likely wear a nice dress or a suit. That's what my LinkedIn profile picture is that way. So it just be your best presentable self. It's not compulsory. I know hard and fast rules. It's how would you do that in a professional setting? Yeah. So I think we have finished reviewing. Okay, we're finished reviewing her page. She has another project which she's worked on, which is good that she's listed it. Okay. What I'm not seeing here though is recommendations. Okay, so I'll highly recommend that you add recommendations to your page. Shayi?
All right, I'll do that.
Great. So does anyone else have, do you have any questions for me relative to your own? So we can then take general questions.
Okay, for now, I don't think I have any question. You've talked about everything, literally everything, and I think I'm fine for now.
Okay, excellent. I saw something from Oyinda. Oyinda say nude makeup. They should not go and do party makeup. For some of you that are not Nigerian, what she means by one is party makeup, like as if you're going for a wedding. You know, a lot of people go and do maybe like put like red on their eyes, whatever. But try and make sure that it's professional setting, kind of makeup you wear to work. If you're going to work, in a multinational, just think about it like that. Okay, so Shelly, you can leave the stream now. I don't know if anyone has any other questions to share. And please, when you're putting your suggestions or putting your comments, remember that people are here that are not from your country, so try to speak in the way that all of them can understand. Chisholm is saying, please, ma, we that are still students in a different field from cybersecurity, can we also add what we are studying in school in our about section, or should we have it streamlined to just cybersecurity? Please add what you're studying in school, but since you're looking for a cybersecurity role, then connect that to cybersecurity. So if you're studying something like psychology, find a connection between what you're studying in school and cybersecurity. Please, it's very important. Let's see. I think you can stop showing the LinkedIn page. Backend team, please stop showing. Great. So, quick question. Cynthia is saying, for individuals who are transitioning careers, how do they attend to roles that explicitly require candidates to hold a degree in computer science? So, I always say to people, try. Let them say no. What's the worst that can happen? They will say no. But if you already make up for not having a computer science degree by holding certifications, which you've already started collecting, then please, by all means, with your full chest, boldly approach those opportunities and apply. Because you make up for that, in another way. Okay? Let me bring this in out. Okay. You make up for that in another way with your certification. So please don't be deterred by the fact that you don't have computer science degrees. A lot of times people are getting opportunities that they don't have. There are so many cyber girls that are alumni that never studied computer science that have fantastic degrees. One example, for example, is the lady that was here on this call earlier on. I said she's a cybersecurity engineer right now. She did not study. There's somebody that studied environmental science that's working in cybersecurity role right now. So just remember that as well. Okay, great. Let me see what other questions. Please, where can we put the project and recommendation? If you scroll down your page, you will see project and recommendation sections on your pages as well. In Angelica says in the experience section, can we add non-professional jobs also in the experience section? What you mean non-professional jobs? I'm trying to understand what you mean exactly. Maybe share more in the comment section. I'll be looking out for your question, Angelica. Medora is saying, would you consider our practical education as experience for work? Yes, it's definitely experience for work, because if those tools are tools that are going to be used in the workplace, if you use them in simulated environments, it's very similar to what you're going to find in the workplace. Yeah. Just at this time, when you break anything, it's going to be real-time breaking a business. That's just all. Yes, please scrutinize. We don't have that time right now. Please just take learnings from what we've already done in general. Just take learnings from what we've already done with Shei's page. We need to close the live stream now. I think we've already shot over our time by a significant amount of time. Buki, if you scroll down your page, she's asking, how can we get recommendations? If you scroll down your page, you will find that there's a section to request recommendations. Okay, you can then request recommendations from there. I'm going to give you an example from mine. If I scroll right down to my page, you can see that I can click plus and then ask for recommendation or give recommendation. That is there. Okay, please. Sorry, did I see that bit? You can show again. Please show my screen. So ask for recommendation or give recommendation. It is just after your skills section. Okay. The next thing is CS. How can we get recommendations? We request for it like we do connections. Yes, request for it. I've just shown that. CS. I don't know how to link my media background to being a newbie in cybersecurity. Okay. So media. That would be a bit of a thing, but message me or private message me on Slack. I will find a way around it. But a key way you can already demonstrate that media background is that you can begin to make videos. People who are in the media background will be great at handling media, social media, generally speaking. Okay, I have a media background somewhere in my technical experience, so that's why media is also very easy for me to do. So I would say showcase that with creating content that's social media, cybersecurity inclined. That's one way of saying applying media in cybersecurity. Another key thing to mention is that God, I don't know if I should break this news here. Okay, I'm starting a YouTube series. Some of you have seen the thing on LinkedIn, and a lot of people are guessing wrongly. I say I'm starting a cooking show. Actually, I'm using cooking to teach about API security. So you heard it here first, okay? And that's what's launching on the 31st of May. But the whole creative process, I wrote my script myself. And that's because I have a media background somewhere in my technical background, right? So I'm not able to write scripts. Now, what you, from a media background, be able to do is you have a rare combination of skills. And I say rare because I had to, if I could find someone who can write my script for me, because I don't have time, I would have done that. And the person that can write my script would have to have two sets of skills, would have to have cybersecurity skills in the core area I want, which is API security, and also have media skills, be able to translate cybersecurity into a script. Now you have media skills and have cybersecurity skills as well. So you will be able to, for example, help companies create media content, okay, for their cybersecurity offerings. Businesses are looking for people like you because they are very rare. So I had to sit down, create my own script because there was hardly anybody I could find that has both API security skills and has media knowledge as well. So you see that I have been able to apply those two areas. So that's very important. Okay, so I'm going to please, ladies, help me because I can't keep up with the questions and seeing what your latest comments are. So I'm going to try. So Zainab is saying, please, ma, for job requirements that need certificates on cybersecurity or computer science, how do we go about it? I've already answered that question. Under experience, can we add the fellowship? Yeah, you can do. Buki, you can. Stephanie is saying, I wanted to ask off topic. Do alumni still have access to the amazing opportunities Cyber Foundation offers that people in training? Also, would there be graduates? Would graduates get job offers by the end of training? So we don't give job offers. We help connect you with opportunities. Okay. We have an alumni community. Like if you attended the orientation session, we clearly said that we have an alumni community. We have an alumni manager. Opportunities are still coming for the people that are in the alumni community. As we speak right now, a Fortune 500 is recruiting from our alumni. So the people that have not yet had jobs, 12 of them are getting interviewed between the 31st and the 1st of June by a Fortune 500 company. So you may not get a job immediately, but as opportunities come and people come to us, we get them to the alumni community. So that community is one that I would definitely say be active. When they send you the link to join, don't go and sit on your boards and not do anything. Join, because there are many things that will come. There are even additional learning opportunities that we give after. So like the alumni that are here, they've got opportunities for vouchers for different things. But for the learning, please know that the things that you're getting now, for example, for Security Blue, is timed. Once that time finishes, we are not going to be able to provide you the opportunity again. So you have to maximize those things when it is given to you. So please, don't play on the timelines. Good. So Rachel is saying, for those choosing cloud security path, what do we put on our profile aside Cisco junior analyst? You will get to, like, again, I said to you, go on those, you will get a couple of things. Go and look out for job openings, and then you also get your learning outcomes that I mentioned earlier on. We're going to share them with you, so you can always put that. Is there any way to enable the open to job opportunities feature without getting the green badge on the profile picture? I'm not sure I understand this question, but again, like I said, Google how to create that, and you will definitely. Sorry, I now understand the question. Without getting the green thing, please, that's the only way. It's signposting to recruiters that are open to opportunities, so you will definitely get that on your profile picture. Then it's interesting how I don't understand Nigeria's inside jokes. What is Owambe makeup? Sorry, that's not part of what we're dealing with. Is it possible to have more than one LinkedIn account? I would advise not, because managing it can be difficult. Must our post must our post be lengthy? Can we be funny or very professional? Your post doesn't have to be lengthy. You can be funny, but stay professional in some way. In fact, you're going to see my post next week. I'm going to be using memes to communicate what I want to communicate. So you can be funny and staying true to yourself, but stay professional. Also, when I present, when I speak in places, when I was delivering the keynotes in Canada and in Italy last year, people were laughing. Like my audience was, there was chorus of laughter. But the point I wanted to pass across was passed across, you know. So you can be funny and still be professional, you know. So that's something you can do, just how you deliver it and what they learn out of it. In fact, one of the best ways to teach anything is to make it funny, because when people laugh, there's a science behind it that when people laugh, they learn better. Okay. Uh, Okay, so somebody Opeyemi has said, just show it. There's an option to just show it to recruiters. Again, I'm not an island of knowledge. Opeyemi has come on with a great input for that as well. You can actually have that, but just show the green thing to. You can choose to show it to just recruiters. Okay, so Elizabeth is asking a very important question that she's been seeing first, second, and third degrees of people's profile. So what first degree means is that you're connected to that person directly. That person is a connection. While second is that the person is connected to someone you're connected to. So that's the beautiful thing about LinkedIn. That's why I love LinkedIn so much, right? You can see posts of people that are not connected to you just because you've interacted with that person's post before, or that person has interacted with your post in the past. So that visibility of going past the people you're immediately connected to, the people that are connected to your own connections, is what second degree is. And then third degree is also connected to the person that is connected to another person that's connected to you. So it's just levels to it. Amaka says she studied microbiology and she's here to pick out micro. Oh my God. Okay. Angelica says she's an apprentice at the same. I was an apprentice and at the secretary at the technical workshop. Can I add that? I would say add the secretary part, but also find skills that when you're adding, find skills that can then connect you to cybersecurity. So find transferable skills. A key way to find transferable skills, a cheat I would use if I were you, is to ask ChatGPT, like, what are the transferable skills from my experience as a secretary at a technical workshop that can apply to cybersecurity, that I can relate to cybersecurity? Boom. It helps you find that. Okay. It means, okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm grateful. Okay, so let's go. Please say something about us that I. Okay, so that's not me. Elizabeth says, I think first is your. Okay, no, okay, great. We're moving on. I'm hoping that I've addressed so many questions. Okay. Ngozi is saying, I'm currently doing 100 days in cybersecurity. Should I stop it based on what you said? We shouldn't post every day. If you're already going with it, how is that coming? If that's coming well, please go on with it. I was just saying, you know, sometimes people can get discouraged with engagement. If engagement isn't coming that great, then you get discouraged. But if you're getting engagement, if you are getting the momentum that you need and you're happy with going on with it, please go ahead with it. I was also saying that because a lot of times people can be overwhelmed with not knowing what to post on, or if you're falling below what I'm saying, if I say post every day and you're falling below that and you're underachieving, you will be demotivated. So that's the reason I'm saying don't post too often. It'll be advisable if you can stay within what you can achieve, starting off from there, and then grow your frequency. But if you're already in this challenge and you're keeping up with it, bravo, well done, keep on with it. Thank you so much, Promise Peter, for your kind words. I'm trying to close out this session. I want to close this out in 10 minutes. So by 2:20, we should latest, worst case scenario, we should be out of here. Let's see if I'm addressing all of the questions. I am about to graduate from a program that has really helped me to develop my soft skills, which I think my sisters benefit from. Do I have the permission to share it with them on the Slack channel? Please share it first with your success advisor. The success advisor is going to share it with the admin team, and they're going to be able to approve whether or not you can share that with the rest of the team. Yeah, thank you. Let's see. Please, what is the difference between post impressions and post views? I'm not so sure about this. I'm sorry, I can't really answer this, but please, you can Google search this. And I will also try to learn more about this soon. Yeah, so I don't know everything. Yeah, but I want to know more, so I'm going to definitely go and search for it and learn about that as well. uh, LinkedIn is so good. Yes, you mentioned about keywords in our profile. For example, who is delving into cybersecurity, you do Azure, AWS, and the rest of it when we do not have the training yet. No, please don't add it when you do not have the training yet. What you can do is have that kept somewhere. You can have that kept somewhere or have it added in your about section. But don't have it in your headline yet. Have it in your about section because anyway, that's what you're going to get to do. So you can have it in your about section as your area of expertise because you're getting there. But don't add it in your skills and don't add it yet in your headline. When you get those things, you can then be adding them incrementally or getting cues from your about section to add them to those places. Okay. I listed the group project we had when asking for recommendations. It's only giving me the option of asking for the actual work experience, not the project directly. Is that okay? Yes, that is okay. So maybe add your work experience, add cybersafe so that you can always request those recommendations. Thank you so much, Patricia, for your kind words. Okwemi is asking for GRC. What are the key technical terms you can add in our bio? Again, goes back to looking out for the job opportunities for GRC people, getting the learning outcomes for GRC. You would find a lot of those keywords, these key technical terms. You can definitely find them in those job opportunities. Okay, so please use these tips, apply them in whatever path in cybersecurity is going to work for you. For those in VAPT, are we going to take any exams? You're not going to take exams like answering questions. You're going to be given boxes to hack. VAPT is the most practical part of our training track. Like, ask anybody that has been in VAPT on any of our on our previous code. That's the only code that does not write a real exam. Your exam, you'll be given boxes to hack and write vulnerability reports on it. So that's where your communication skills will also come and be tested. Both your technical skills and your communication skills will be tested, which is a soft skill. You'll be given boxes to hack and then document how you hacked it, what you did, what were the vulnerabilities, how to remediate. You're going to be given a full report like you were in a job. Okay? So please remember this is very, very technical. VAPT is very, very technical, very, very technical and very hands-on. Very, very hands-on. That's why people come out of our program for VAPT and they actually find bugs and bounties. They actually win bug bounties. So one of our fellows found won a bug bounty that earned her, I think, was it $900 as the bounty. And that particular bounty, I'm going to write about her in a while, but that particular vulnerability she found would have cost the company hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses. So although it was not advertised that that particular vulnerability could earn her a reward, but because of how critical it was, HackerOne just gave her money. HackerOne just gave her it was small. $900 is small, but because they didn't call for that particular bug to be found, but then she found it and it was critical. So it's very, very hands-on. Please be ready to be drilled. Be ready for it. Be ready. Chiamaka is asking, as a filmmaker, I am also scripting short films on cybersecurity. Amazing. So you see that the truth is, I can't overstate this. Wherever you're coming from, your skills are required in cybersecurity, and you have a unique set of skills. So if you're a filmmaker, scripting short films, people doing things that in cybersecurity that will need you because we have people that are nerdy throughout a lot of times and don't know how to communicate that in a media way. So in a way that can be broadcasted to a lot of people. And that's where your unique understanding of cybersecurity. The truth is, people that are just filmmakers cannot make film, cannot make content for cybersecurity. And people that are just cybersecurity inclined cannot make content also for cybersecurity fields. So that unique fusion is amazing. I can't tell you how mind-blowing that combination is. I also have a friend, we're having a chat yesterday, and she was a product manager. She is now transitioned to cybersecurity. She wants to leave her company. Her company is a big fintech, a very big fintech. Like, you can't mention 10 fintechs in Africa without mentioning her company. Okay, so if I let people guess, you most likely may guess it. She's planning to leave her company now, yeah, and I'll just advising her on roles to take. She can literally take product security roles right now because she has product management expertise and she also has cybersecurity expertise. So bringing them together, bam, bombshell. Okay, so I see your feedback. Musics, okay. Okay, great. So Cynthia is answering a question there. Thank you, love it. So I think we've run out of questions. We're just having feedback. So thank you so much. I'm going to close the session now, and I hope to see all of your feedback and all of your posts going and seeing your LinkedIn profiles actually take shape from what you've already learned a lot from the Visibility Masterclass and what you've already gained from all of the training you've gotten from Cisco, InfoSec, and all of those platforms you'll be using going forward. Just updating your profiles as you go. And remember that your profile updates are not a one-off adventure. Do it as an ongoing process. Thank you so much, Hizu. Do it as an ongoing process. Keep it going. Keep updating as you get new certifications. Post about them, and also don't forget to put them in your certification section, because remember that your posts will keep your posts are like your emails. It's only recent posts that will most likely get attention, but what you list on your certifications will always be fixed. They're always going to be there, and then whoever comes to your profile is going to see that. So don't forget to not just post about it, but also list it there. Yeah, I think that will be all for today. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you so much, Kebwetsa. Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, everyone, for all of the amazing things that you have said in the comment section. And I hope and wish you all the best as you go into the world of LinkedIn and showcase yourself as the amazing, awesome, value-packed, inspiring cyber girls that you are. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now. Thank you so much. Bye.